Writers are generally divided into two camps, planners and pantsers. Some writers meticulously flesh out the details of a story, novel, or screenplay before writing, and others just wing it. If you plan your work in advance, you may do so by creating an outline. Scrivener's Outliner is a powerful tool to help you prepare for writing your project. In addition, it interfaces with the binder to allow you to immediately switch from outlining to writing. Let's look at how you can create an outline in Scrivener. I've created a project using the novel template and added some chapters and scenes to show how the outliner works. To enter outline mode, click the Outline button in the toolbar. Choose View Outline, or press Command 3 on Mac or Control 3 on Windows. To add a new folder, select a folder, then click the arrow next to the Add button and choose New Folder and type a name. Select the folder and press Return to add a file. If you press Return again after naming a file, you can type a synopsis. If you don't want a synopsis, press Shift-Return, then press Return again to create another file. To rearrange your outline, drag files or folders around. You can move files to different folders and drag files onto other files to create file groups. Note that as you make these changes, they are reflected in the binder. If you don't want to use folders, here's another project made up of just files. You can start by brainstorming. Create files for your scene ideas and plot points. Then move them around to create the structure of your novel. You can use the outliner to plan your project before you start writing, but also as you progress or when you finish your first draft. In this example, I have a novel with 2 parts and multiple chapters. If I click on one of the folders, I see its contents in the outliner. If I click on the top-level manuscript folder, I see all of the project's contents. Using the outliner is a great way to get an overview of your project and its progress. The outliner tells you a lot about your files, especially if you choose to display metadata or information about the files. You can add more than 20 columns to the outliner. To enable or disable columns, click the small arrow button at the top right of the pane when in outline mode. You can display synopses, icons, or numbers if you want an outline with numerical prefixes. You can also display all kinds of metadata, such as labels and statuses that can give you an overview of where you are in your project. It can be useful to display your word counts in your outline as you progress to track how much you've written. Even if you're not a planner, Scrivener's Outliner is a great tool for when you start revising your draft. It displays useful information about each part of your project so you can work efficiently as you revise and edit. You can download a 30-day free trial of Scrivener for Mac or Windows at scrivener.com.